Welcome, our dear, lovely people. We are so glad to be on your screen, and we are glad that you joined our live session today. And by the way, we've been quite off this week, but we are here, back strong and ready to bring these stories live to you.
Welcome. We are glad that you're here with us today. It's been a long time, but we're happy you're here. Have you ever lied to your parents? Have you ever lied to your parents?
Tell us, because I think maybe there are many culprits. I don't know, but tell us.
For us, we've never lied to our parents, but
It was a big Abrahamic lie.
it was circumstance that forced us. We are glad that you're here. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. We want to talk today about how we broke the news to our parents that we want to get married, or even just telling them about our relationship.
Yes.
Welcome. I can see there's some people who have already joined.
Yes.
I can see
comment and
Samuel saying, "Oh, love you guys. Looking forward to meet you sometime and hug you all."
Big hugs to you. Yes.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, and invite your friends so that we can have this warm and nice discussion, so that we learn something. Yeah, so it's all about inspiring, learning together, and having fun. Why not? The world has a lot of pressure, so we cool it down with the little fun that we can.
Of course, being raised in an African family is different from being raised in Europe, American, everything like that. You know how?
I think yours are more American.
What are you trying to say? Being raised by an African parent is just something else. You know, for me, I used to believe it is just height that made my father not join the military. Because my father was tough. You know, tough.
Exact depiction of my mother.
And I used to fear my dad. I used to fear my dad to the extent that if he could come to the house, you just feel like you have done something wrong. Even if you've done everything right, you've done all your chores.
You just bring books around and read, organize the kitamba. Unajua in SDA houses, eh? You saw that meme where they were saying when you marry an SDA woman, you have kitamba on the remote. Kitamba as in ebitambara byentebe ebitambara by'emeza, as in buli obutambara obw'emeza obw'obutuliro. You know,
I can see this.
So you decide to make the whole environment neat by making those vitambara or vitamba nice and with not any crease, but you were watching maybe something on the TV. For those of you that grew up with TVs like my husband here, for us, we did not have TV in my home.
Anyway, back to our story. Even as we are waiting for people to join us, I don't know if we are talking to ourselves, but if you're out there, just see something. At least I've seen Samuel. I know we have one person here.
Yes.
We want, is it Samuel? Samuel? Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel, please tell us, how do you
Samuel
pronounce your name?
is the name of my
Or is it
father.
Samuel?
My father is called that.
So today we want to share the story about how we broke the news to our parents that we want to get married, one, and two, even before then, about our relationship. I don't know how it was for you. For me, I have, for most part of my life, I have been closer to my mother than to my father. My father was a no-go zone.
The direct opposite of the two of us.
A male figure that is well decorated, you would think is a military guy with 15 stars.
Has just joined us. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for the ones who have joined. We are happy that you're here. Just comment and tell us
where you're watching from. And maybe you've also ever lied to your parents. I mean,
so I was telling you.
Tell us.
I was closer to my mother than to my father. I'm not saying my mother never used to cane me. My mother caned me. And I'm going to give you a story about the day that she warned me about caning me that evening for stealing to the extent that I thought of committing suicide. Anyway, that is a story for another day. So today we're talking about how do you open up to your parents about your relationship?
Yeah.
Of course, we know there are people who are watching here and probably this is something they did 40 years ago. We have people who are watching here, it is something they
They are
just did
planning to do.
5 years ago. There are people who are planning to do, and there are people, they even don't have the people that they have to open up to
Up
their
to-
parents about.
yeah.
Whichever point you are, just sit down, relax, and listen to us. We just want to share our story with you. So I was telling you, my dad, apart from height, he would have joined
Yeah.
the army, and not as a cadet, but as a commander. The guy was tough. So because of that reason, I was closer to my mother. My mother was also caning, but she was a bit softer. So when it came to, you see, there's a time my mother was sick. She was terribly sick that she required a major surgery, actually. And it was just a year after my father had also undergone
Surgery.
a surgery as well.
It was quite a tricky time.
It was quite tragic. And that's the time now, after my mother has been discharged from hospital, my wife, my beautiful wife here, Shifra, she tells me, maybe how many times do I call you by your name? Anyway.
Rarely.
Then my wife tells me, I think I need to visit mom and at least
See, yeah, I was worried. My husband always talked about mom, my mother-in-law, and every time he would talk about mom, especially during that time when she was sick, I would feel there is tension. So I decided if she's out of hospital, then maybe I can come and say hello, or yeah, just to make my husband and my mother-in-law feel good about themselves. Yeah, so yeah, extending care and love. Yeah, to the people
and
that
so
love them.
you told me you want to come over. Of course, this was a conversation on phone. My wife is all the way in Seven's land of Matoke
Yeah.
in Kampala, and I'm here.
That was the time I was actually still in school.
Yes, and I just started hustling. So she tells me she wants to come. Definitely, that means one, I have to talk to my mother about this because she was not expecting anyone
to
to
come
come.
during that time.
Or I had never by the way, I had never spoken to her about you. I never thought it could be a topic that we should talk about. So, one, it meant that I should talk to her. Two, because you are in school and definitely you are not going to tell your mother, oh, I'm going to see some Kenyan boy and the mother is sick. What is your relationship?
So let me tell you guys, for him,
So.
yes, I said
You
so.
said it though.
I didn't say so. I
See,
said
they
so.
had you. They had you.
So I said I talked to for him. He said the half of the dad being very tough and strict. My mother, on the other hand, was iron handed. My mother was, I think she missed by 0.00001 points to become an IGG.
You are lying about my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, let me tell you, she's one very calm, soft woman, very easygoing, all smiling all the time.
My mom would actually be in Mitoma or Ishaka and tell me what I was wearing, where I was, at what particular time, who I was talking to, and who I was working with. I am in Kampala, guys. Kampala and Mitoma or Ishaka is like 6 hours away.
Isn't that what they call divine connection? Or what do they call it?
Instinct.
Not instinct. This thing
Telepathy.
Yes.
Well, my mother was that. She was an IGG in herself. And you dare lie to her, she will tell you, I know where you were and you need to tell me what you were doing.
So why didn't you tell your mother about you?
So this time,
or did you?
There is even no way I would. There is no way until I sit down my mother and tell her, or I even call her and tell her I am going to Kenya.
First, wait, did she even know that somebody like me exists? Anyway, wait, you'll have your time to speak. it's my turn to speak. So my mom has been sick. She has undergone a major operation, and she's now home recuperating, recovering. And my girlfriend, then my now wife, tells me, I think I need to come and visit mom. They say, voila, that is very nice. But that meant I need to speak to my mother too. Since she's in school and she can't talk to her parents, I need to raise fare. But they walianza kukula fare kitambo. So eventually she comes. And before she came, definitely I talked to my mother and told her, there is this girl that I love.
Ebu niambie, how did you break it? There is this.
I didn't use a lot of composition, English, grammar, those things of saying, oh,
Because it wasn't that.
the constitution is a constituent of the Sujiwa. I just went directly and I sat with my mother and told her, Mom, of course, for me it is either talking to my mother. But if it was talking to my father, I don't know how I would put it. So I told my mother, there is this girl that I love. And she's going to be coming over to visit. And that was the end of the conversation.
I think we should host mom to tell us how the reaction was, or what it was, what it meant to her.
Mom will come. That was the end of the conversation.
So, me on the other hand, I think I talked to my sister and my brother, my follower, the brother that follows me Sabit, and then my elder sister Daphne. So I told them I'm going to Kenya, and just for a weekend, 3 days or 4, and then I'll be back. And then my brother was concerned. Oh, you're going there. Of course, he knew about our relationship. He knew about my sister also knew about our relationship. So my brother's concern was, how come I am coming to Kenya and I do not want to talk to mom and about it? What if something happens? What will they do? What if something bad happens? Eventually he told me, anyway, take care of yourself and make sure that this sneaking stops. You find a way of talking to mom and dad, because I won't be covering up for you every now and then.
So that was your first time to come to Kenya.
He's younger than me.
That was your first time to come to Kenya.
Yes.
Did you have a passport?
Nope, I did not. I did not
How
have
did you
a passport.
travel?
I traveled with my school ID, and I had also registered for my national ID.
How was your experience?
Definitely at the border. First of all, guys,
let me tell you, my wife aki nimemsaidia huyu penye nilimpata alikuwa mshamba.
Ongea mbaya na kuona. So at the border, when I was coming, of course I didn't know the place. I was coming here for the first time. I did not know anything, completely anything. I had never been to Kenya. It was my first time to come to Kenya. And so I asked my husband, what will let me know that I have arrived? Then he told me, when they reach Nakuru, you just tell the person that will come and will bring the conductor of the bus, and tell him you're stopping over at Nakuru so that you do not proceed to Nairobi. Because the bus that I was using was coming to Nakuru and then continuing to Nairobi. So I think we reached Kisumu first, and then people were alighting, and then I thought, oh, are we there, And because I used to travel, okay, I enjoy traveling at night because it's peaceful, you can easily sleep, and So this time, when we reached the border, I